Anyway, we're on live on the real channel. So there we go.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi, Mark. Sorry.
That's a good way to start.
Right?
That, right? Just, I did not hit her. Who did he not hit? I think he hit.
So anyway, the rash is gone now, and I've stopped taking the pills. And welcome everybody who wasn't
That was the
watching
second
this
time
before.
that I got that, but we're not going to talk about that now.
They said it wasn't very contagious.
Just contagious enough.
Oh, there's a webcam. What?
Oh,
that
geez,
there?
yeah,
Oh,
well,
geez.
gee, wow, we're finally live. So for everybody's joining us live, you missed the intro, so you know you can watch it on YouTube later. We're going to be playing Concursion, talking to the awesome people, Puuba Dave and Puuba Danny. So I'm going to load my own game.
You missed some sweet references, bro.
Man,
You missed out.
it was like a reference burrito. They
Like
were just
all the references.
they were like being hugged by the tortilla of friendship.
We're gonna have to put all those references into its own like video online.
Yes.
We're just
Okay.
gonna do, let's just do a stream of thought stream. And just, everyone, words, just whatever comes to mind.
I'm so down for this.
Words that involve references to things that are awesome.
Ooh.
Right.
Wow,
Words
that's-
about stuff, but also about things.
Oh, whoa, you're just going a bit too far there now.
Words about stuff
don't-
and things.
Sensory overload,
That's
man.
Oop, shoot! I never get the jump. I can get the jump sometimes because in this game, in one of the platformers, you can jump off the enemies and get a super jump, like that, and hurt
Hey, you just
yourself.
hold it.
Oh yeah, right. That's right. That's what we had last time because I always tried to time it, and then I just never think to just hold it. There we go. There we go. Ah!
You done got pooped.
I done got booped.
Bite.
So, what have you guys been up to? I know what you've been up to, but I think our fans would like to know what you've been up to, because it's really exciting.
Whoa! Yeah, it's been a really fun year so far. We've been digging into, I guess, game number 2. And so, it's been a lot of fun. Concursion was kind of our first baby, and now we're on to create many siblings for it that can run out into the playground and play together.
Now, are they based on in the same universe, or is it going to be its own thing?
That's it's not in the same universe. It's altogether a different genre. I guess, well, I'll describe it.
Yeah,
The new
please.
game is called The Weaponographist, because we can't name games after real words. And so The Weaponographist is like a top-down dungeon crawler roguelike. And I guess you could, if you think of, your Binding of Isaacs, then it's one of those things. But the idea of The Weaponographist is you play as Doug McGrave, the best-known, most successful, wealthiest demon hunter in the world, and also just a complete butthead. And so when you come across the first town that's needed your help in a while, they ask for your aid, they can't afford to pay you, and to keep you there, they curse you. And
good.
so the nature of the curse is such that every weapon you pick up, every magic spell you learn, are all going to constantly just melt away and degrade in your hands. But on the bird side, every enemy has its own different weapon, and they all drop all sorts of swag. So you run and kill an imp, steal his spear, kill a murderer, steal his chainsaw, kill a gangster, steal his machine gun, and on and on and on, working your way through this crazy, winding dungeon.
I love it. As well, I know there's a gameplay video out. I'd like to show that maybe later on the show if you guys don't mind.
No,
I don't mind at all. I want to
Okay.
watch it.
Yeah, totally. Let's really move. So what was we're playing this one. I wouldn't mind chatting about the new game a little bit because that's a big update.
Yeah,
So-
I think you're like our announcement today. Well, I mean,
Wow.
first place for chatting.
Yeah, good. No,
Yeah.
I'm super happy. Why the roguelike? Is there a specific reason for it? Are you guys just into into Rebirth or?
I have been playing a lot of Rebirth. I think I'm on my 4th beat of Hell, but Hell's not the proper term for it. But Hell, yeah. And yeah, it's almost there. But no, actually, its origins are convoluted. The game, just like everything we do. Originally, we had this long sheet of notes that I really wanted to explore, like a real-time RPG that had all of the weakness is an elemental ring and weapon selection, but in like a real-time Zelda-ish action game, like without the turn-based, without the menus. And so we took that idea and kind of purified it more and more and more to like distilled out what we thought was the most fun part. We ended up with the Weaponographist. It's like 30
Sweet.
weapons, constantly changing on the fly, adapting to pick up whatever is most useful against the next enemy. Because I apparently like pressure an awful lot, I guess part of the curse also is because you refuse to help the city of Hellside out of the goodness of your heart. Whenever you're not vanquishing demons, you have a combo meter that's constantly draining. And so whereas in a normal RPG, you get stronger and stronger and stronger with every kill you make, in this game, while that's true, whenever your combo meter hits 0, whenever you get too defensive or slow down, you actually start to bleed experience. And so you start to get weaker and, fall behind the level curve.
That's
And so
an interesting... this is sort of like an anti-game almost.
Yeah, I love it.
I like
It's
it
really
too.
frantic,
Yeah.
high speed. I don't know. I think it's really fun to like kill a demon with a machine gun and then pick up a bazooka and then drop that and pick up a spear. Indiana Jones whip.
You guys always have such amazingly unique ideas for games.
I think that's a big part of our focus. I think that's what we're trying to do. I hope that they're fun too. But yeah, experimentally weird stuff is the first thing that usually comes to mind.
Any questions?
I'm just trying. I'm sorry. I'm kind of distracted right now because I'm trying to like. I watch on my computer the chat and the stream
Right.
while watching you, and it just went through this really weird like blanked out and came back and it's like going through black screen.
I see
that too.
Peachy's in the chat, and the Weaponographist sounds like something that he's
He'll
going to
beat
enjoy.
in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, but he's going to love it. He'll play it 100 million times.
Yeah. He'll play it for like 900 hours in
Yeah.
about 17 days.
So, I mean, one of the questions I want to ask is, don't need to answer, but we want you on the show with the Weaponographist, so when do I get to try it out?
Well, I'm giving you a real answer. I'm thinking that through.
We've been arguing about that all day.
Yeah,
actually.
we haven't given anybody outside of us and a couple like in-room people a build yet, but I'm not anti it. How about if I say, Dave, you're gonna maybe like or dislike this 2-3 weeks? If you're down, that's we're not planning to release until April, but if you're down, maybe in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tell us when you're ready to show
Yeah,
it off, and we
off
will
screen,
have
obviously.
the super
No,
worldwide exclusive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, if you guys want to lock down a date after the show, too, we're good with that.
Sure. Yeah. No, that'll be definitely fun. I'm
That's
definitely.
Yeah.
the main things we're trying to figure out today is when are we trying to release and when can we give it to our trusted cadre of close and famous friends to play on the stream.
You're famous.
Yay! Yeah, so April. You said you guys are already planning to launch it in April.
That's kind of
Or
the rough
try.
plan right now. Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
now.
that's up from March. We like to kick our own asses constantly, and then when our asses are not quite red enough, like just kick them double time, kick each other's ass too.
Right.
But
I'd say
it's
you're
done
right.
well
We
for
made this
you
game
guys
in
in the
about 4
past.
months, which is insane. It's literally insane.
Wow. If it is April as well, you're going to be lining up right with the 1 year anniversary of the IGM relaunch. Because we launched on April 1st.
Very cool. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I was trying to get the timeline straight in my head. I was like, where were we on Concursion? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That had
Concursion
some-
launched on June 6th. Right?
Yeah,
24th.
and you guys would have been on the show right before that, I think.
yeah.
like
Wow.
that's become the benchmark by like which I measure all time. The calendars have no meaning to me anymore. 'Cause every day is spent in this room developing. So like days of the week, months of the year have no meaning. All it is like, were we in QC? Were we in Alpha? Where were we then?
Where were we all at that point?
I don't really remember life before we were developing video games. Did we ever do that other stuff, or was it always this?
I think that was a myth. I don't think those days ever happened.
Actually, one thing I wanted to chat on too, or touch on, I don't know how much you guys want to chat about it, but post-Concursion, like, what was it like after you guys launched the game? Was it a huge success immediately? Has it been kind of a slow climb?
Yeah, no, I think we're an open book. Happy to chat about anything. Slow climb, honestly. We had some, really good success, I think, with our preview and our review. I just look at me talking about like production review campaign. Yeah, we got some really good coverage. We're really excited to be in. Honestly, like Indie Game Mag was one that really excited me, but into like published magazines, things like that was really cool. And But what was interesting is it doesn't directly kind of convert to sales. So we were still really hungry to get people playing it. And that's been, less now, but especially for the early few, couple months after it came out, was like pushing each week, trying to get it to be bigger than last, trying to move a couple more, trying to chat to more people about it. It's more work than we thought. It's like fun, but it's also like shockingly time consuming. I imagine there's people out there who like know how to promote, and they're just like, no, it's very easy. But I never learned that, so our approach is really just like shotgun, hang out with friends, and it's been like a definite learning journey. I think for our next game, we're gonna actually have like a promotional plan, which is very new to us.
Interesting.
But it's been great. Actually, we had just a couple weeks ago, we were part of the weekly Humble Bundle, which was super exciting.
Oh.
Got like a huge influx of people playing, concursion, chatting about it, YouTube videos, reviews, things like that. And it's just really fun to see people play the game, like every time.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm not doing well.
I think we need to restart the stream. It is borking up something bad.
Insanely
I
interested.
think you will actually love this.
I'm really pleased with how it's shaping up. You're always kind of, the idea is great, and then it's really nebulous when you're like head down designing, coding every day. It's kind of like, I hope it's fun. I've lost all sight of it. But, yeah, now like pulling out of that cave of coding, it's actually fun to play, which is good.
And I think all the feedback from the testers has been really positive. Can't think of anyone saying like it's boring or I didn't love it.
Yeah, actually. Well, I mean, which is nice because so far you kind of like, of course your friends are going to tell you it's great for the most part, but then seeing people actually like blaze through it by virtue of the leaderboards and like make their way through it, it's like, oh, you're definitely having fun and you haven't stopped playing.
Oh, we're good.
I see the picture.
We're
Yeah, I
good.
see
We're
the
good.
picture as well.
We're good. Hoy vey. Okay, so where were we on the whole contagious disease that we were talking
I
about?
don't think there's a game now.
No
Oh,
game?
No, it just went away. It was there.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Quick, Giant, give us a fun anecdote.
So my wife had some really bad hiccups earlier today, so I decided while I was laying beside her on the couch that I would try scaring her. So she's just sitting there. I kind of lean up a little bit, and then I just go, boo! And I get punched in the face.
I don't know. My wife has like a specific thing. Like I can't grab her knee or she freaks out, and she'll just elbow me right in the face and be like, "Sorry, it's not even my fault. You should have seen it coming."
So I got punched in the face, and she still had hiccups. So it was really a lose-lose.
Lose.
But I did get to scare her, so maybe it wasn't all bad.
And me, I have no wife at all.
And me,
get my
I'm
wife.
at home eating beefaroni out of the can.
Yeah.
There we go.
You shed a single tear.
Sniff. I swear we are done with hitbox.
I've heard that before.
Mm-hmm. I really wish it was true.
I think going full screen made a damage.
Yeah.
So for everybody here, please follow us to whatever we go to next, please.
I'm sure we'll end up on Twitch. That's what I've been pushing for a couple of months here.
What about Gaming Live? What is that one?
Gaming Live? Yeah.
Yeah, too bad. That was like horrid.
Ooh, I don't know that. What is that?
Gaming Live started up in October?
Yeah, about that.
About September or October.
There we go.
And it was, just another gaming live stream site. But the problem is that while their interface was nice, nothing really worked.
Mm-hmm.
Like they started it up in an alpha state, so while it did work, there were barely any of the features that there were supposed to be.
But it was very pretty.
It looked really snazzy, but you couldn't even. There wasn't even a follow button when they. Well, there was a follow button, but every time you tried to click it, it would say "coming soon."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
And it would tell you to just subscribe to the newsletter.
Oh, so
That's
every follow
unfortunate.
is really following them.
No,
Yeah.
sort of, not really. It was like every follower that wanted to follow you was just like, no, you kind of gotta wait.
Eh?
We got this.
Gotta wait till.
Bleh.
That gorgeous parallax. I put those there.
He said with supreme joy. Oh God. So, one of the things I know with the video, because again, like I said, I want to show the video for the weaponographer sometime here, pretty quick, maybe halfway between.
Yeah, that might be.
But it looks like a game that's going to be able to stream well, much like Incursion. So I was wondering, is that something that you guys think about when you're developing your games?
When you're sitting in bed,
We did a
reading
little bit.
your Grishams.
Yeah, we did a little bit more this time, actually. Some of the feedback we got on this was really useful, actually. Even as just regards, like, how do we make streamers' life easier? Like, you were just in the options menu here, and we have 3 sizes, small, medium, and large, for the window. And a couple guys just mentioned, like, hey, if we could, put the window to whatever size we wanted, it'd really help with streaming, so we could lay out our window.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
We can do that. So, yeah,
Oh, my butt!
That, making sure that, like, there's not UI in every place on the screen. Right now, it's like hard to overlay a head on the game without missing action.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I was also going to say, have you had any feedback about like audience? What do I want to say? Audience interaction, or options like that in the game. I know that's probably ridiculously hard to program.
I don't know, actually, not terribly. No, I for no reason other than fun, wrote a chatbot a couple weeks ago, like a little RPG.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's I guess the original intent was we were thinking about starting to stream a little more, and so it's like a little background async RPG where anybody can join in to a battle against like progressively harder creatures. You can have the bot if you want.
Yeah, I'd love that. That sounds like a lot of
Currency
fun.
that they like earn over time, and they can risk it into win or lose more.
That sounds like a
Twitch bot.
blast. Yeah.
It's like an all-text version of Ultima Online that's mostly gambling.
Well, I actually met my wife on a MUD, and this guy set us up, so I'm sure we're pretty used to text-based.
Yeah, like I keep telling people, and here's another fun anecdote. Everybody can remember the most time they've ever spent on a single game.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, I've talked to a few people who they're like, oh yeah, I've spent X hundred hours or 1,000 hours on a game, and I'm like,
And we chuckle.
well, I played the MUD that we played is called Darkening Sun, and I played it from its inception till I played it for about 8 years before I really gave up on it.
Yeah.
So my one character, amongst all the characters I had, I played well over 5,000 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you had more.
Fantasy 11 for 6 years. Like it was
Yeah.
a full-time job.
Oh, God.
Yes, I remember playing a Darkening Sun on average about 4 hours a day for, I'd say, 5 years.
Ooh, I was like that with a few things.
And then occasionally I would play for 24 hours.
Yeah, I played Final Fantasy 11 when I was in college, and like they say you can party, study or sleep, and I didn't do any of those things. I just played Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
I
you do
was-
those things or Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how does thinking about something like that, like the experience you had in Final Fantasy, how does that influence how you've gone about making games, or that kind of thing?
Or
Do you think about like what made Final Fantasy so addictive and try to put that in the game, or have you tried to avoid putting that kind of thing in the game?
Unless I poison the youth.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd say there was like two big things I loved about that game in particular, and about like all the MMOs I played. Like I love really deep, strategic, like nuanced game systems. I love like learning how they work. So like, the skill chain, magic burst, all these, interesting combo systems, the crafting system. Like that kept me constantly like studying the game. So that sort of stuff, yes. But the other part, the social stuff, we tend to err toward more like action console-y games.
Yeah.
And so I would say that part we don't pick up, except by spending time with you.
Which, I mean, what way would you want to do it otherwise? Really?
Right. I don't go outside unless you're there to escort me. Just stay.
You never know about the stranger danger.
Right.
So I actually play a lot of MMOs also. I've played like kind of all of them, starting with EverQuest into Star Wars Galaxy, City of Heroes, all the way up to Final Fantasy 11, then Warcraft. And I've been playing Warcraft for 10 years, which is really kind of sad, actually.
You and me should be friends.
Yeah, we are. But I actually think it's kind of a pattern of abuse in a way. Like, part of the reason why maybe Danny and definitely I got into making games is that this seems like just the next level. Like, you're sitting there the whole time, you go, well, I'm spending all my time doing this, how do I make money with it? And then it's like, well, we should make our own, and then we can tell it what to do. So this is an extension of my video game addiction, really.
I wish I was a businessman like you describe. I just try to make things I want to play.
Well, I mean, what nobler goal in video gaming, to be honest, rather than I'd play it. Nice.
So have you gotten to the point where you no longer want to play this game?
No, honestly, my memory is dreadful, and so like whereas Dave has the ability to tell me exactly what's going to happen next in a level, I have no recollection. I really like replaying like my favorite levels, and I re-stress about them just as if I have no idea what's going to happen. Like stuff like the sixth boss, and a lot of just World 4, 5, and 6. I'm like constantly white knuckling it. And I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's not. I don't just memorize the levels. I also memorize the thing you're gonna say when you get to the next part. So, like right up here is the part where Danny's gonna go, "We really need to move that."
Those cannons, I don't know. I don't like how they form a wall. Not quite. Dragons, I think, don't they need to be synchronized so that you can more confidently?
You're just saying that off the cuff as you watch, but you're correct. You take it each
I
time.
figured that must be something that I would have said.
No, come on. Yep. You. Oh, I missed it.
Just walk on through.
The rotating
to get started.
perspective is...
Yeah.
Now.
I need it. I need it. Need it. Yes.
Oh!
You a winner! Ha ha ha!
Nice.
A winner is you.
A winner is me.
Wow.
What game was it where if you died, all it said was, "You dead"?
I don't know.
It was just a really bad game. I forget what it was. I think it was just like a joke in the game, but
Parker's bad for a day.
no. It was something that Markiplier played. I don't remember what it was. But yeah, basically every time you died, he would just say, "You dead."
Dave made me remove some text from our upcoming game today. I had written some placeholder text as like there's a percentage-based cost, and it just said our currency is demon goop. Like every time you kill a demon, because of the curse, you can't hold gold or treasure or money. So we actually literally collect the demon's gore, and that's the currency of the game.
Oh, okay.
I love
Most
it.
folk have agreed to take that as currency because they know you can't hold gold.
Right, and so I wrote it up as of yo goop, like it costs 90% of yo goop.
Y-O-apostrophe.
Dave did not like that.
Oh. Fleeting
Personal, I
Affinity.
think was the word.
No, I was just concerned that like certain people when they read it like won't understand that that is meant to be you, like or yo goop. Like
Yeah.
they'll just say, "What is yo goop? I don't have any yo. I have regular
Not
goop."
spell common words.
So I got to.
Oh God.
We have to reestablish something in this game. Because I think some people have walked into this game without really understanding the concept behind it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what we have in this game here is multiple genres of game, but set in a single universe.
Which is beautiful. The way
Yeah.
I remember describing it as you guys have taken. You have a palette. You have 5 games on an artistic palette of game design, and then this game is all about seeing how many different combinations you can make with those 5 colors on your palette.
Yep. No, I like that. Yeah, maybe I'll give just the quick high speed again for peeps in the room who didn't hear. But yeah,
That means no breath. So go.
breath. Ready?
Just do it like Ace Ventura. Do the.
Yeah, it's 5. All right. While speeding.
What was that? That was Liar Liar. Oh, Jim Carrey.
Yeah, it's
The pen is blue.
just like you guys said, it's we kind of use the genres and paint a canvas with the different types of play. So the whole world is subdivided into a platformer and a hack and slash ninja game and kind of a Pac-Man dungeon game and a shoot 'em up, and you just jump back and forth between the different worlds. He's not going to open unless he thinks he's safe.
Oh, he'll open if I tell him to open.
See how long he sat there and did that.
And yeah, you can just dive from world to world. So interesting things like jumping off the ground as a platformer, catching a floating painted circle of Ninja Gaiden, and using that to catch a quick double jump before you leap back out in outer space. Things like that. You can duck under those fires.
Yeah.
That'd be too easy.
Haha.
Ha! You've been chopped in the balls.
Right in the niche.
Hey, Trexrail.
Hi.
Trex is here?
Yes,
Well, Trex and Yin.
Trex and Yinamina.
Oh god.
I'm sure I said that right. You just let that happen.
No, you get like.
You just performed seppuku on
See?
yourself.
He likes it.
See?
Thanks,
See?
Anomalous. Yeah, talk feature creep. Yeah, I mean, Mr. Average and Giant already know this, but yeah, subdivided you. Yeah, we did in addition to the 5 art styles, there's 5 full soundtracks. We have like an 82 song soundtrack, such that whenever you jump from the platformer to outer space, it's the exact same song, measure for measure, but it goes from Saturday morning cartoon into house electronica.
Now,
every song is reperformed several times.
touching on that, I remember we brought it up last time that you guys were like, we want to sell a soundtrack, we're not sure how. Did you ever figure out a way?
What we ended up doing is on Steam, we did a 5-song EP. And so it's got 1 song apiece. That was Chris, our composer, friend of mine, very lucky to work with. But 5 of his favorite track from each of the worlds, excluding a couple of the title tracks. He is really eager to build a complete, full-length, extended soundtrack, but is really busy, in part doing music for our new game. And so it hasn't happened yet that we have a full length. Right now we have what we call our 5-song EP. And so that EP is currently on Steam as DLC. But yeah, we've got 82 songs here that some of them I'd love to put out. The closing credit song, I wish we didn't put it in the closing cutscene because it means you have to play through the whole game before you get to hear it.
But it belongs there. It was written for it, so there's nowhere else for us to put it, really.
Yeah, it's one of the few tracks with lyrics that actually talks about the ending. So for a moment, we're just we should put it somewhere else too, because it's gray. It's spoilery.
We really should make a trailer just for that, just for the soundtrack. Just sort of like the infomercial styles back in the day. It's experience the whole game with the 82 songs.
Do you need Giant and I to sit in front of a fireplace with 2 fingers of scotch?
Right. Like a pipe and a red robe.
One of my favorite songs in this soundtrack.
Now you can relax with the woman you love.
Cozy up in front of the fire with the sounds of the 80s and concursion.
The sounds of
No woman at
concursion.
all.
Experience the warmth and heart.
With a girl, a pet, or fish.
Or whatever. I'm not going to make that joke,
Or
actually.
with a cold
You are
bowl
going
of
to make it
spaghettios.
sex joke.
I'm calling it in. Reining that doggy in.
You guys don't know this because it's legal up there, but that's actually illegal in America.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Don't worry about it.
It does, right.
Archmar says this game is awesome. I suck at it, but love trying anyway. That's the spirit.
That's
Never
about where
give
I'm
up.
sitting too. Oh god!
Double jump, double dip.
So I know just personally from oh god, I'm in the same situation. Wait a minute.
It's not
I can
better.
break those. Oh god, that's not good.
Oh God.
I
Oh.
regret nothing.
I know personally from our experience, like just with us and then a bunch of our streaming friends, that with Concursion, we tried to give you guys a bit of support and that kind of stuff with just getting the word out. And
Yeah,
are you
it's
guys?
actually huge and much appreciated. It was a
Oh.
very cool time for us.
It's our pleasure.
Don't worry, we love you long time.
Yeah. Are you going to be doing the same thing with a weaponographer? Like, are you going to be talking to Gimme or anybody like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And especially you guys, though, if you want to.
Yes. Yeah, I want to lock that down
Especially you guys.
ASAP.
Yes, I need something to play when I'm not playing Binding of Isaac.
Yeah, we should actually put that on the box.
It's like Binding of Isaac, if we were allowed to say that, but we're not.
Yeah. Actually, I think in
You
the...
can just duck in front of him. It's gonna be safe.
Oh, but I had to jump up the ledge. I'm just playing attrition with some of these guys. I think actually one of my first reviews my very first review for IGM was that kind of intro statement. Except it was more of a shot towards the developer, because they made this horrible little Endless Runner app game. And I was like, have you been playing, it was like Jetpack Joyride. Yeah. I was like, have you been playing that and been waiting for like something to replace your addiction? Well, I have a game that you can play while you wait for that to happen.
Oh,
Just
Can you say,
brutal.
like, nicer things about
I don't
it.
want to give you our game anymore.
I haven't had to cut many people, but like one thing I find in indie game development is that I find way too many developers think that, oh, I can code now and the App Store is where I'll make millions of dollars. So if I put random crap on there, then I'm going to become a millionaire.
I
And
wish we had that.
But, by the way, have you played our new game,
Mm-hmm.
Rangry Bird?
Yeah. Actually, I did a thing in school about that. It mirrors, in 1983 we had an industry crash, and one of the things that happened was there was no licensing on major console games, so you had the same thing happen. And like Frogger...
Games.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like 8 versions of Frogger that were all renamed.
And what was it, Pac-Man and...
Yeah, but there was 2 versions of a game called Road Toad from different companies, same name, both Frogger like remakes pretty much.
I don't want to crap talk the Frogger franchise, but I'm gonna.
Yeah.
All those sequels that came up in the PS1 era, none of those were good.
Nope. There's one out right now too on iOS. I can't remember what it's played. PewDiePie played it. My friends at school are like playing it ridiculously.
What kind of game?
It's a Frogger, but you can unlock different characters to run across the road now.
Oh, wow, that's totally futuristic.
Yeah, totally. It's
Wait, is it
updating.
Now.
Wait, I don't really feel like playing the game, so can I just microtransaction myself to winning?
Oh, of course.
Oh, that's
Not
all I care
winning,
about.
not winning, but you know, unlocking cosmetic, different types of frogs or whatever the heck they are.
Yeah, I had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and so like I said, the weaponographist, a lot of it is, farming currency, getting upgrades, improving your character every time you play.
Yeah.
And I got a question just right out the gate, like, how much can I pay to buy additional demon goop to power up? And I was like, but then you just paid to beat the game. Like, nothing. We're not doing that. Actually,
One.
Speaking
go
of
ahead.
making millions of dollars, how much is this game going for right now? So that everybody can buy it.
Yeah, Concursion is currently $9.99 on Steam's.
Jesus.
It's like
Is that too much? for you?
5.
No, I forgot it was that low.
Are you kidding me?
Holy crap!
Who sells a
That
game
is
for
a
that
pile
much?
of nonsense.
I feel like it's like you guys are like Crazy Joe's crazy discount mattress joint.
I got red
We
cards.
should have
I
said
got
it
green
before, but
cards.
We wanted people to buy
I got
it.
more cards than you can shake a
Yeah.
stick at. If someone doesn't come down and buy a card in the next 20 minutes, I'll club this baby seal.
Here, I'll do my pitchiest pitch. 5 games, 70 levels, a whole bunch of bosses for $10. I love it.
I love
At
it.
the end there, I wanted to do a little Smash TV, but I don't think I did it.
Wow.
Big
the
money,
Smash
big
TV
prizes.
I'd buy that for $1. 10 times.
Do you find... Okay, serious question time. Do you find that you sometimes download Monday Night Combat just because you need a Smash TV fix? Because I do.
No, my Super Nintendo's plugged in, so I go to Smash TV.
Oh, I'm so jealous. Mine died in a fire.
I'll just watch Running Man.
No, in fact, you
I'm
know
done
what?
with that shard.
Nobody else can see me, but you guys can see me on Skype. Look, I have Super Nintendo controller in my hand.
Super Nintendo.
Controller.
I have a Super Nintendo at my house. Oh.
I have a Virtua Boy in my house, okay?
You should
Drop
wear
it.
that more often.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
It's
Dude,
horrible.
I think we should go like head to head. Like you name one, I name one. What's currently plugged in until whoever runs out first.
Okay. Can I count things that have died in a fire but are still plugged in?
Ghosts.
Although you
Yes,
should
you can
also
count
unplug
ghosts.
Okay, go for it.
Well, I'll start. We'll go Nintendo.
Okay, Famicom.
Okay. Super Nintendo.
Okay, Sega Genesis.
N64. I'm just gonna work forward to the Nintendos to start with.
Okay, Sega CD.
All right. Odyssey.
Ooh, I don't have Odyssey. Sega Saturn. May as well go.
All right. Odyssey 2.
Master Drive.
Intellivision.
Ooh, very nice. 3DO.
Oh.
Nice. Vectrex.
Ooh, very nice. TurboGrafx 16.
All right. Turbo Duo.
Nice.
Don't you have the Jaguar?
I do. Thank you. Oh, save me. Atari Jaguar.
Dave and I were talking about that this week, and I was just going to eBay to buy one.
We were talking about the Saturn.
You're right. We were talking about the Saturn. You're
Yeah.
right.
And I was asking you if you'd ever played Dragon Force, and I guess Nick, curious if you've ever played Dragon Force on the Sega Saturn.
Like classic. My buddy owned it on his Sega Saturn. I didn't have it on mine. But yeah, I have played it.
I have just these really vague memories of it, and I'm not sure if they're real. Wasn't that a game where a whole army of people would like rush from the right side of the screen to the left side of the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think it
That
just
one.
invented in my brain.
No, you didn't just invent it.
I need to show
Oh,
you.
so, all right. Are we going? All right. Dream.
Yeah. Oh, still mine. Okay. Atari 2600. We'll start with my first
I have
console.
that too. Yeah. Well, I'll go back to Nintendo. I didn't complete that. Where did I leave off? GameCube?
Oh yes. 64. Did we do 64?
I don't know. Let's say no.
Okay.
I'm gonna just eat up both of the Wii's, the Wii and the U.
Yeah, they're really one system. Just one of them has a bigger controller.
Why you win so
Xbox.
much? Get the heart. Wait, I'm gonna give you a tip on the bird dude on this upcoming ledge. You can just if you just duck in front of them, they'll open up. They only stay closed when you slash out.
Oh.
So you can just duck in front of them and wait for them to open.
Oh, that is a good. Huh. And then I could suck at the rest of the game.
Well, I mean that's totally up to you. I
Yeah.
don't make all the rules. Yeah, I had my Intellivision at work when I used to have a grown-up job in an office. And I had this little coffee table with my, not my Intellivision, my Vectrex set up on it. And anybody could just come in and play it, but it was the Gen 1 one, and like, they had a problem where the monitor would put off like a huge amount of electromagnetic interference. And the speakers would pick it up because they weren't insulated. And so the thing just buzzed all day in my office.
Oh.
Plus, it really screwed with the metal plate in my head. I
don't have the heart to tell them that none of that was words.
The way that you said that was amazing because it almost made me think that like our
Stream was off?
Our stream was skipping. That was weird. So,
Plus, it really screwed with the metal plate in my head.
so I'm totally not in this conversation because all I have is
Oh, I had a 32X.
a Super Nintendo original Game Boy.
I have my original Game Boy over there.
I have a GameCube that was never played.
I've had every single Game Boy except for two versions of the 3DS.
I had the Game Boy original, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and I had the SP. But
we used to play the 4-player
The
GameCube
Zelda?
games
Oh.
with the GBAs,
Yeah.
the Zelda
Legend of
and
Four Swords or whatever it was.
that one. But there was also Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
Oh, yes.
That was one of the best games on that console.
So I'm going to be lucking out in about a month's time because my old roommate, he's going to be going back to Japan for 24 hours, and he's going to be buying me possibly 3 game systems. One is a Japanese GameCube, so I can actually play my Ikaruga.
Nice.
We had that on the Dreamcast.
Yeah, I
I was
know,
gonna say,
but
that's one of the few I have for my Dreamcast.
I have
Yeah,
a
that's the last game
Japanese
launched for the
version
Dreamcast.
of Ikaruga in my possession that I can't play because it needs a Japanese GameCube. So he's gonna go buy me a Japanese GameCube. He's gonna buy me a Game Boy the Game Boy Micro,
Oh yeah.
because why the hell not?
Go up.
And he's gonna buy me a Japanese first gen Famicom.
Nice.
I have one of
Just
those.
come out on Steam? Ooh, you might have to.
Did it?
Yes, it did.
How
That
dare
game
you
is
tell me
rock
something
butt
that
hard.
will make me pay money?
Yes, it is.
Crap! Now I totally have to buy that. It was a game that I was never good at, but I just love it. I love the idea of it.
That's like me.
Oh
and,
yeah, I found it really inspiring. I mean, still kind of do.
Like just
I
the
always
fact
wanted
that
to
you
take
don't
that
actually
extra
have to
platformer.
fight at all. You can just avoid.
Well, they had that approach in one of the raid bosses in Warcraft, and it always made me think of Ikaruga.
Really?
Which is-
Wait, so how did it work?
It was called Trial of the Champion, and they had 2 bosses, 2 angels. One was black, one was white, and they would shoot orbs across the zone. And everybody in the raid could pick a color. Like if you got hit with a black orb, then when you picked up other black orbs, it would power you up. But if you touched the white orb, it would explode you.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting that way.
You wanna go
But
up?
oh, I need my shard.
I think I wiped my guild like about 12 times on that. That might have been where I actually stopped raiding.
Oh, really? I'm big into tanking. I like my tanking.
I'm all about damage dealing. I love just like swapping gear in real time on the fly. You know, trying to figure out the optimum DPS.
So, are you going to be playing the
That's
new
your MO.
Guild Wars? Did you
I
see
don't
the
think so. I
expansion?
can't. I obsess so bad. When I used to play an MMO, like I said, I played it like a full-time job. I took it really seriously. I would lead like 60-man Dynamis runs in Final Fantasy. I can't do it. Like if I
Yeah.
want to see the light of day, I just can't.
Yeah.
Also, Street Fighter tournaments online was a problem for you, right?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I played a lot of Street Fighter 4 when it came out, to the point where I think my wife now hates Street Fighter. I was very loud and obnoxious when I won or lost, really. It didn't matter if I won or lost. But rage quits, that's what mattered.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay, awesome. Cool. Fun question. Favorite game you have ever played? And why? All 4 of us.
Alright.
But I'm not going first.
You're not-
For me, I'm going to say it's a 10-way tie, so my answer's too long, so I'm going to bow out.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a real cop-out.
You know, it's true. It's too long. You guys would never sit through the whole answer.
Recently, I mean, I loved Super Meat Boy when it came out. I spent a really long time on that. I've been spending a lot of time. Wow, same dev on Binding of Isaac, same guy.
Yeah.
What designer, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
I loved River City Ransom when it came out, and I've spent like God knows how much time on like Final Fantasy VI.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Giant?
Well, the game that
Tetris?
sticks out most in my head from just playing, wanting to play it over again,
Don't you do it!
is Ocarina of Time.
Oh, God. Really? Over Tetris?
Ocarina of Time was the game that, like, I remember getting that game for Christmas, whatever year, I think 1998.
Hmm?
And I played that non-stop until I beat it.
Huh.
And it just, it holds a special place in my heart. But as for, like, game that I've, spent the most time on, besides the Darkening Sun Mud, which
Tetris.
literally filled a good, 8 years of my life. What else? Diablo 2.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
We
That was
definitely
that was
wasted
a
our entire
burn
high
grind
school.
fest. For
I played
show.
a lot of 1 and 3. I didn't play a ton of 2.
That's all I played.
You missed the good one then.
Yeah.
I really liked D3 when I went back to it. I went back to it after like a bunch of the patches fixed
Yeah.
that I didn't like.
What
I
just
found
went back
Reaper of
to?
Souls.
Did you guys ever play Dragon Quest VIII?
I had it.
Yes, we had the dude in college.
No, I purchased.
Oh no, that
Dragon
was like
Quest.
6.
I purchased Dragon Quest 8 and played it till I was like level 21. Then I screwed up because I didn't grind enough and had to then I gave up playing.
That's
You know what's
why
amazing? I know
Fantasy
exactly.
Tactics.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh really?
There
I
was
just got
this.
to that middle dungeon where you're supposed to kill Dulmagus, and he is 3 levels tougher than you. And there's an hour and a half of grinding that you absolutely have to do. And I've quit 3 playthroughs on that, but I finally forced myself to.
I don't
to
even
get
think
past
I
it
was.
recently,
I don't
and
think I was
happy.
even that far. I think what
Wow.
happened with me was
That's crazy, dude.
there's this like one area where you have to go through a field and go back through it, and it's just this really long area, and then from there I just wasn't powerful enough to actually defeat the majority of stuff. So I did really bad. I had this really bad issue where I'll play RPGs that do require you gain a couple levels,
No.
and I just wouldn't.
No.
I don't know. How do you guys feel about that when an RPG requires you to like stop and grind?
It
I
depends
actually
on
look
how
forward to
it depends on how entertaining the RPG is. Like for example, Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that game, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm totally fine with grinding a bit in this game because I just have so much fun playing it.
Yeah, if the battle system's really tight and like rewarding, then it doesn't feel like a grind at all. The word grind isn't even really accurate.
Yeah,
All right.
I'd agree with that.
I like that.
But some games, I just really hope that there's a moment where I can sit there and grind because it's actually really fun.
I'm trying to
And
think.
it never comes.
One of my favorite like RPG combat mechanics. I really liked Grandia 2. It's had the system where like you could interrupt people. Penny Arcade Adventures, their RPG, took a lot from that. But
What was the name of the system in Final Fantasy 13-2? Gambits, was it?
no, Gambit's 12. Was it still just paradigm shifting?
Yes, paradigm shifting is actually amazing. It really like revitalized the battle system for me of Final Fantasies.
Oh, interesting. Oh god. I think. Oh, to go back to favorite game.
There's health on the left.
Yeah, but there's save point there. Oh, and health. There we go. Favorite game. Favorite game for. Okay, whatever. Died.
You just made me clenched. Part of my body just clenched.
There was some butt peckering right there.
Yep. For me, it probably would have been the original Deus Ex. Simply because that was the first game for me that, like, I realized that games could be more than just entertaining. It was, like, the first open world that really I ever played. It was the first game with, like, multiple endings that I ever played. And then it was the first game that, like, it was the first moral compass I ever played. And I have a shtick. Whenever there's a moral compass in a game, I have difficulty choosing wrongly. Like in Dishonored, when Dishonored first came out, I was like, you know what? This is the first game I'm going to try being, hard